Iosif Vissarionovich Djougashvili, later known as Joseph Stalin, was born in a small Georgian village in 1878. His early life was marked by poverty and hardship. His father, a cobbler, was a violent alcoholic. Young Joseph contracted smallpox, leaving his face scarred. Despite these challenges, Stalin excelled in school and earned a scholarship to a seminary in Tbilisi. However, his time there was short-lived. Drawn to revolutionary ideas, he joined the Russian Social Democratic Labor Party. Stalin became involved in underground activities, organizing strikes and distributing propaganda. This period marked his transformation from a student to a committed revolutionary. Stalin's activities forced him into hiding and exile. He adopted the name Stalin, meaning man of steel, reflecting his growing ruthlessness. He participated in bank robberies to fund the Bolshevik Party. These formative years shaped Stalin's worldview and approach to leadership. By the 1905 revolution, Stalin was deeply involved in the Bolshevik movement. He experienced the brutal realities of Tsarist rule and growing discontent. These experiences influenced his actions and decisions once he gained control of the Soviet Union. The chaos of the 1917 Russian Revolution provided an opportunity for the Bolsheviks to seize power. While figures like Lenin and Trotsky often stole the spotlight, Stalin played a crucial, behind-the-scenes role. He was appointed People's Commissar for Nationalities, a seemingly minor position that gave him control over the vast, ethnically diverse territories of the former Russian Empire. After Lenin's death in 1924, a power struggle erupted within the Bolshevik Party. Stalin, a shrewd political operator, outmaneuvered rivals such as Trotsky, Zinoviev, and Kamenev. He consolidated his power base, securing key positions for his allies and ruthlessly suppressing any opposition. By the late 1920s, Stalin had emerged as the undisputed dictator of the Soviet Union. Stalin's rise to power was not based on charisma or ideological brilliance. He was a master of bureaucratic infighting, adept at forging alliances and exploiting his opponent's weaknesses. He understood the importance of propaganda and used it effectively to build up his image as Lenin's rightful heir and the true champion of the proletariat. His methods were often brutal, but they proved highly effective in securing his grip on power. With his authority firmly established, Stalin embarked on a radical transformation of Soviet society. He abandoned Lenin's new economic policy, which had allowed for limited private enterprise in favor of a centrally planned economy. His goal was to rapidly industrialize the Soviet Union and collectivize agriculture, transforming it into a modern socialist superpower. Central to Stalin's vision for the Soviet Union were the five-year plans. Launched in 1928, these ambitious plans aimed to rapidly industrialize the country, focusing on heavy industries such as steel, coal, and oil. The government set unrealistic production targets, demanding extraordinary sacrifices from the Soviet people. To achieve these targets, Stalin implemented a policy of collectivization. Private land ownership was abolished, and peasants were forced onto collective farms. This policy was met with fierce resistance, leading to widespread famine and social upheaval, particularly in Ukraine, which suffered the devastating Holodomor. Despite the immense human cost, the five-year plans did achieve some successes. The Soviet Union underwent a remarkable transformation, becoming a leading industrial power. New factories, power stations, and cities sprang up across the country. However, this progress came at the expense of consumer goods, and living standards for ordinary citizens remained low. The rapid industrialization and collectivization of the Soviet economy under Stalin were unprecedented in scope and ambition. While these policies laid the foundation for the Soviet Union's emergence as a major industrial and military power, they also exacted a terrible human toll, leaving millions dead and countless others suffering from repression and hardship. As Stalin tightened his grip on power, any perceived threat, real or imagined, was ruthlessly eliminated. The Great Purge, which began in the mid-1930s, saw millions of Soviet citizens arrested, imprisoned, exiled, or executed. Anyone deemed an enemy of the people, from high-ranking party officials to ordinary citizens, could fall victim to the terror. The Great Purge had a devastating impact on Soviet society. It created a climate of fear and suspicion, where neighbors denounced neighbors and even family members lived in dread of being arrested. The purges decimated the ranks of the Communist Party, the military, and the intelligentsia, leaving the Soviet Union deeply scarred. While the purges undoubtedly strengthened Stalin's control over the country, they also had a crippling effect on the Soviet system. The elimination of so many talented and experienced individuals stifled innovation and initiative. The atmosphere of fear and paranoia permeated all levels of society, hindering progress and creativity. The Great Purge remains a dark stain on Stalin's legacy, a stark reminder of the brutality and paranoia that characterized his rule. It is a testament to the dangers of unchecked power and the devastating consequences of totalitarian regimes.